create an HTML form tag that submits right back to the same route and controller we just created. The easiest way to render a form is all at once by using a special form widget twig function. Give it the form variable that we passed into the template, and add a submit button. Refresh the page. Whoa man, another error. This one is more difficult to track down, but it does have one important detail. Specifically, argument 1 passed to form renderer, search and render block must be an instance of form view, instance of form given. That's a lot of words, but it means that somewhere we're calling a method and passing it the wrong type of object. It's expecting a form view, but we're passing it a form. Something is wrong with the form we created. Head back to register controller to fix this. Whenever you pass a form to a template, you must call create view on it. This transforms the object from a form into a form view. This isn't important, just remember to do it. The error is a bit tough, but now you know it. Refresh now and celebrate. We have a fully operational and rendered form. Actually, we haven't written any code to handle the form submit. That'll come in a minute. There's an even easier way to render the form, and while I don't love it, I want you to see it. Head to the Forms chapter of the docs. Under the Rendering the Form section, it renders with just one line. This displays the fields, the HTML form tag, and even a submit button, if you configure one. If you scroll up, you'll see that the form has a save field that's a submit type. I'm happy rendering the HTML form tags and the submit buttons myself, but you will see this rendering syntax, and I don't want you to be confused. It's all basically doing the same thing. In reality, rendering the form all at once probably won't be flexible enough in most cases. To render each field individually, use the form row function on each of your fields. Refresh the page and inspect the form. Each field row is surrounded by a div and contains the label and input. In the next screencast, we'll learn how to customize how a field row is rendered. But even now, we can take more control by using the form label, form widget, and form errors functions individually. Let's try it on just the username field. Form row just renders these 3 parts automatically, so this is basically the same as before. I usually try to use form row whenever possible, so let's change the username back to use this. Apart from fields themselves, there are 2 other things that should be in every form. First, make sure you call form errors on the entire form object. Most errors appear next to the field they belong to, but in some cases, you might have a global error that doesn't apply to any one specific field. It's not common, but this takes care of rendering those. Next, add form rest. It renders any fields that you forgot. In addition to that, form rest is really handy because it renders any hidden fields automatically. All forms have a hidden token field by default to protect against CSRF attacks. With form rest, you never have to worry or think about hidden fields. We talk more about these functions in future episodes, but under the reference section of Symfony's documentation, there's a page called Twig Template Form Function and Variable Reference. That mentions all of these functions and how to use them.